Hey guys, welcome to another one of those What the Heck Are We Doing at Minnesota Implement. I already shut down that side of the shop because nothing's really exciting happening over there other than some steel coming in and some parts being processed, but just normal stuff, building out inventory and that. Part of the shop is overrun with the street rod project, as you know, if you've been watching my series on that. But contrary to popular belief, we don't just screw off and play with toys around here. We do actually do some work too, occasionally, you know. But sales have been really slow, so it's offered us some time to do some work on the buildings and actually play with a street rod and some other stuff. So we got a tree puller sitting here waiting to go to paint for prep. We've got some tines for our Super Duty grapples, some parts for faceplates that need to be prepped, some other faceplates being built over there, a bunch of plow skins waiting to go to get built. We got a 9-foot plow waiting to go into paint, a set of forks waiting to be prepped and go into paint, and I just finished a nice 4-color run. So here we've got some flat black primer going on, and then back here we've got an orange primer going on for a 9-foot plow. I believe that's Kubota orange, looking at that. It was supposed to be red. I think I grabbed the wrong color. Oh well, it's inventory anyways. So there we go. We have a 9-foot Kubota orange plow if anybody's looking. And then on the other side of the aisle over here, we've got a green tree puller in its primer run and some yellow stuff in primer run. So as I've mentioned before in some of my videos, when I'm just doing base coat on this stuff, I do occasionally do multiple colors in the bay, and I start away from the vent fan and work towards the fan. So I don't get a lot of overspray on it because we've got a really decent ventilation system here now. But for primer coats, I don't mind sharing the bay with multiple colors, especially if they're kind of in the family. Obviously, a little bit of yellow overspray on a green is going to cover up pretty easy, but if that was red overspray on the green, it'd be hard to cover up on its next coat. But most of our equipment ends up with 3 coats on it at least. The brighter yellows and brighter reds sometimes end up with 5 coats on them. But that's our main accomplishment today, is getting this stuff all washed down and prepped and the base coats on everything. So we're trying to crank through some inventory while we're slow. The calls are finally starting to come in. So I've got 4 quotes on the board over there and 2 orders. So we're finally getting some stuff on the board after 8 weeks of basically nothing other than catch-up work. It's nice to have a couple of orders there. And as much as I love playing with street rods and playing with toys, I love paying my bills without a whole lot of anxiety and worry better. So we're Minnesota Implement. Make sure to like and share and tell your friends. If they're looking for skid steer attachments, we're the place to get them. We've got awesome snow plows and tree pullers and everything else that you need for skid steers and utility tractors. And apparently we're also building street rods because, you know, why not? So we're Minnesota Implement. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and share, and make sure to check out our other videos about equipment and cars and toys and building repairs and whatever else we're doing in the 22 and a half hours a day that we're working nowadays. But, you know, we're slow. We're only working 22 and a half hours, not 29 hours every day. So obviously we're good at math. That's why we are building equipment. Thanks for watching.